Welcome back to my channel. So today we have more low-key vibes here today. It's my no makeup sort of day and getting stuff done sort of day, but today we're going to be going through my makeup collection and I'm basically cleaning out my makeup studio and I'm bringing you along with me. So I'm going to go through some of my favorite products that I love to use on clients as a makeup artist and love myself. So we're going to go through all these drawers and see what makeup I need to throw out because I haven't been working in a couple of months with lockdown. I need to go through all my makeup and prepare for this reopening date that I'm still waiting on. So let's get started and go through my makeup collection. So this is my main makeup station. I have drawers set out for different types of products. They're like all my different vibes, so we're just going to go through all of it and let's see what I like and what I don't like. So in this first drawer, which I'm just after cleaning out, I have all my liquid illuminators. I have my skin based products, which my favourite ones, which I love to use on brides, primers, I have my setting sprays, and I also have like tannin facial mists. So I'm going to pick like my favourite 3 products out of like each drawer, which I absolutely love. So my first favorite skin based product would definitely have to be the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base. Like, this is just to die for. And I also love the Embroideries Latte Cream Concentrate. This is a moisturizer and it's really affordable, so I use this on most of my clients, but it's actually like a primer as well for your skin. My favorite illuminator at the moment would definitely have to be either the MRS Peachy Elixir. So this is a strobe cream, and then as well you just cannot go wrong with the original MAC strobe cream. And this is another must-have that I always bring around in my kit for bridal makeup. It's actually the Derma Blend. So I always use this if someone needs any skin correction, like on their neck or on their collarbones, or sometimes for tattoo removal, which might happen with a bride. So these are the kind of products that I always pack first for bridal makeup, or if I was doing like freelance makeup. They're like all my skin based prepping products, which are like super important, but they are my favorite products out of this drawer. Another primer which is really good is the Lottie London, and this is the coconut primer. This is really good and it's super affordable as well. In drawer number 2, I have mostly cream based products, so either contour products, blushers, just cream based products, and I have some highlighters and stuff in here as well. So let's go through these. So my favorite products out of my cream contour drawers would be, number 1 for blusher would definitely have to be the NARS Liquid Orgasm Blusher. Absolutely love this. Next up then for cream contour would be the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is in shade Almond. So this is their cream contour stick. Oh, I love this for bridal makeup. So this is the Glowgasm by Charlotte Tilbury, and this is their peach, I think it's their peach one. Yeah, Peach Gasm. I absolutely love this on brides and for like dewy looks. It's just fabulous. That's my favorite out of that drawer. Another option as well, if you don't really like cream contour, would be to go for the NARS Liquid Laguna. So this is, it's like liquidy, but it's really nice on the skin if you prefer like an easier blend, I suppose would be the best way to describe it, or just to add like a nice dewy kind of soft colour into the skin. So that one is my favourite out of that drawer. So this is my lipstick drawer. So this is mostly MAC lipsticks on this section. So I just literally have every type of colour. And then on this section we have a mixture. So most of these are like my favourite Charlotte Tilbury's, my favourite Be Perfect glosses. Then we have the Cash Beauty, like obsessed with these lipsticks, some of the Sosu ones. The NARS, then there's multiple lipsticks of this. This is really handy for when I'm doing freelance makeup for bridal, because it's just little sample ones in a packet and it's easy for me to bring around. Then we put a Beauty, and then we have more lipsticks. So these are all a mixture, most of them no cosmetics. And then the backs, I just have some lip care lip glosses. So this is like exfoliants and stuff like that to prep lips. So that is the lip section. My favourite red lipstick from MAC would be MAC Ruby Woo. And this is the Jamie Genevieve one. This is like one of my favourite nudes. As for a nice peachy tone, I have Kinda Sexy by MAC. Blankety being another one of my favourites. Darker kind of brown taupe, like that's amazing. Twig is one of my favourites for bridal makeup. And then my favourite Charlotte Tilbury one would have to be Pillow Talk. And Walk of No Shame is fabulous as well if you love kind of reddy pinks. It's just so beautiful. I literally just have a mix of different highlighter palettes. These are like contour and highlighter palettes. Just blushers, kind of ones that I wouldn't really use that often. And then my favourite powders, which is the Fenty Beauty, the RMCA, and then just different bronzers that I use. So this drawer is just a bit of a mix. My favourite products probably out of this drawer would definitely have to be the Fenty Beauty powders, because I actually use a lot of these for contour now instead of actually contouring or powder products, just they're a bit more softer. And probably the Doll Beauty Give Me Sun bronzer as well would be my favourite. And these palettes I don't really use that often. They're kind of just in this drawer. There's palettes that are just there. But my favourite probably highlighter palette would be the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This, I have this years, but like it's just one of my golden oldies. So that is that. Oh, actually I love this blusher. This is the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick, and this is in shade Rose. So this is a really nice bridal product. So that's that drawer. Okay, we're on to concealers. So I'm going through my concealer drawer. There's a lot of dried up products, so we're getting rid of all these. My P. Louise, which I cut in half because we're trying to get all the juicy bits out of it. So I'm just going to take all these out and go through them all. So this drawer here is my concealers. So these are kind of concealers that I would use when I'm doing like creative looks or when I'm working in the studio. And then I have more concealers in my other kit, which I bring around for like my freelance work. So they're more so like bridal concealers, I suppose, the way I planned it in my own head. So let's see what we have here. So we have, most of these concealers are colour ones, so for my creative looks. I also have these ones here, so I'm going to clean all these out. Oops. So these are kind of just a mix of colour correctors, different types of concealers, full coverage, more BB kind of concealers. So we have all this jazzy bits in here. So let's see. So we have colour concealers. God, these are so messy. We have another little pink one. Then I have a lot of paints in here as well, so like different colours, purples. So most of these are for like creative looks, or if I'm doing like dramatic kind of cut creases on clients. Or I'd use a lot of these if I was teaching like lessons and things like this. So these are all the P. Louise Emma Mitchell ones. Where's the lid of this? Again, more concealers. Let me see this one. I think this could be a bit dry. Concealers are the first things that literally go like, just they don't last long because they just get really dry. It's the same with mascaras as well. If you are opening and closing a product, they just get really, the air gets into them and they get a bit hard. So this is a black base. I've actually only used this once or twice, but I cannot wait to use this again on clients because it is fab for a smoky eye. These are all my P. Louise bases. I have them in different colours depending on the skin type. I'm missing the little lids off them, but it's dry as well. Another base. So in this drawer as well, I just put in some baby wipes, and these are actually nappy sacks, which are really handy when I'm bringing to like bridal parties and stuff. That I can put all my dirty disposables and things in it. So it's just my concealers and my baby wipes. And then this drawer is my, I'm actually cleaning this out, so this is my disposable drawer, I suppose. So I have all my wands, and then I have all my glues, and then I have different tapes and stuff if I'm doing creative looks. Tissues that are easy to grab. These are little brush bags for dirty brushes if we want bridal parties. And I actually got this in Pennies, which is so handy. It has like all your little disposables in it, so if I'm ever in a rush I just kind of grab this. That's that drawer. This is kind of the creative kind of concealer drawer. So next up I have my eyeshadow palette drawers. I actually kind of only started this a while ago, but I like to rotate all these every couple of weeks depending on what palettes that I'm kind of my go-to palettes. So this drawer is always my go-to palette ones, and then this drawer is kind of my, I might need these palettes. Okay, so we have some of my eyeshadow collection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort all these out. Now I did reduce this a couple of weeks ago, but I just want to freshly organise everything. So these are kind of the palettes that I kept. A lot of the shadows that I use are kind of, I put them into these type of palettes, but yeah, let's get organising all these. So I kind of organised my neutral palettes at the back. These are all my Z palettes, so these are kind of palettes I'd always bring around for like bridal work, because they're kind of shadows I mostly use. So it's mostly like Anastasia Beverly Hills, Colourpop Cosmetics, Makeup Geek, Inglot, there's a mix. And then these are kind of the palettes that I'm going to use over the next couple of weeks. So a lot of like bronzy Sunkissed palettes, Anastasia Beverly Hills, MAC palettes as well, Huda Beauty. So they're kind of my go-to palettes for the next couple of weeks, kind of summer vibes. And then we have just a mixture of all my larger palettes. So we have Miss Glam, Be Perfect, all those big palettes. They go in there, and these are kind of just palettes, more ones that I probably will use, but they're not on the really agenda for the next couple of weeks. So one of my favourite palettes for like bridal makeup would be the Charlotte Tilbury, and this is Bejeweled Eyes Hypnotize. I really love this palette for like bridal makeup. It's really, really nice. I also use a lot of the blank canvas neutral palettes for bridal makeup. So this is their Master Series palette. I'm not sure if they still restock this, but I have like 4 of them. It's just like the perfect bridal palette. So a lot of my nude palettes are at the back here. Then I have just another one of my favourite palettes would be the Cash Beauty. This is just a beautiful palette. It's just, you can use this for any sort of look. It's very nice warm tones. Another one of my favourite brands would be Colourpop Cosmetics. I'm just obsessed with their eyeshadows. But this is one of my favourite palettes as well for just summer sun-kissed vibes. So this is the Yes Please palette. Not sure if they still stock that, but I really, really like the brand. And then if you're looking for a palette for everything, I would go with the Miss Glam Showstopper palette. Like, this just has everything that you need, has every sort of colour, and you can work it into any sort of look. So that would probably be my top palette to recommend to people. So I have my lash drawer sorted out to the best that I could, and so I have all my individual lashes in here. And then I have a mix of different lashes. I use Tatty lashes if someone wants like premium lashes, because these can be reused up to like 20 times. And then I have Rebel Luna lashes, and I have Cash Beauty. This is from a new Irish company, Skylar Beauty. Her lashes are really, really nice as well. I have Baby Doll Cosmetics. I am obsessed with these. So they're the kind of lashes I use on my clients. I have So Soothe. I basically have nearly everything. So any type of lash that anyone wants, I do have. So that's sorted out to the best I could, because it's just such a messy area. So we'll go for, I have all my drawers done now in this area here. So I still have my kit to do, the one that I bring with me like everywhere. I kind of work out with that from here as well. It's just easier to kind of keep them in the kit. So, because most of the time I could have like clients here at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm rushing to be somewhere for 9, so it's just easier for me to like work out of it all the time. And then I also have like all my area over here, all like eyeshadow and stuff, so I'll go through all my brow products and all that now with you. Okay, so next up I want to show you what I bring in my little travel kit. This is like a little travel kit on wheels. So this is what I bring to most of my freelance work, and I'm going to show you how I organise it. So I'm after cleaning these out already because I realised this video is so long already and you don't really want to see me clean out everything. So I've got rid of all these sort of products, just gone a bit dry, and some of them I need to restock, especially this, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. Is it called Airbrush Flawless? Airbrush Flawless Finish, yeah, I love this product. And some of my concealers and stuff, they're just gone a bit dry. So this is how I organise my kit. So how I do it is, because I know you're saying, well, you have concealers in the drawer, and you know, how do you do it? So I'm going to start off with brows. So I'm not really finished organising this yet. These are just some of the products that I would bring on my freelance work. I have another drawer of brow section, which sometimes if I'm going to a freelance work, I will add some of the other products in, but these are the main products, and this is how I do it. So I bring some gel products. I bring 3 different shades. So I usually go warm, cool and medium tone, because you can always mix them. I also bring powder brow products, just because gel products don't suit everyone. And I find with more mature ladies that the powder products actually work a bit better, or sometimes people just prefer natural brow. Then I have some coloured eyebrow mascaras, and I just have a brow pencil. And then I have another, this is the Refi Dip Brow Promenade. So I'll add more pencils in if I'm going in a bit of work, and then I just pop 2 mascaras into this drawer as well. So I always add in like a hypoallergenic mascara into this drawer. Then we move on to our concealers. So how I organise my concealers is I do it by finish, texture and 3 different shades. You can always mix concealers because you cannot bring every bit of concealer with you. So what I do is I go for like a really sheer finish concealer, a full coverage concealer and a medium finish concealer. So I go, most of the time I'll bring the MAC Pro Longwear, because I just find these work really well on a lot of skin types, and they blend really well into the skin. I use the Barry M All Night concealers because they have nice coverage. Then I use the Makeup Revolution. They are like full coverage concealers, so if someone does have any acne prone skin. Then I have BB concealers as well for a more natural finish, and usually I will add in some of the NARS concealers into this. Next up then, I just have my bronzers that I will always use on bridal parties. So I have the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, I have some Charlotte Tilbury, I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills, what else do I have in here? The Fenty Beauty Powder. So these are just a mix of different shades and finishes as well. Same with highlighters, I will bring different tones, so pink tones, gold tones, peachy tones. There's just a mix of different brands in here. Mostly MAC, Anastasia Beverly Hills, LA Girl. There's a mix. Same with my face powders. I will have loose powders and pressed powders, different shades. So I'll either have I'll have loose powder, different shades. I have pressed powders. Then I just have like a prep setting powder. So that's my powders. And then this is just miscellaneous. So I usually throw like tweezers, scissors. These are little makeup drops. So basically these I can add into foundations to either cool them up or warm them down. These are for pressed eyeshadows and glitter eyeshadows for sticking them into the eye. And just some eyeshadow primers I will usually throw into this drawer on the morning if I'm going. So that's that section, guys. So all these go in this little drawer here. It's actually a bit broke at the moment. I have this like about 5 years, but I love it. It has little wheels and it zips up, but the zip is actually a bit broken now. But it does the job for now, and it's really, really handy. I just pop this in between my workstation. It just slides in, it's easy, and then if I'm in a rush after I do a client here and I need to travel, I just grab it, and I usually bring like one little bag with all my brushes in it and some foundations, and then I'm on the road. Okay, so over to our, as I like to call it, my signature look station. Then we also have all my little crystals for positive vibes in the room and all that jazz. So this little thing I got from her clutter box. Yeah, that's where it's from. So this section here is just like my little babies. So this is my kind of creative section. Have all my pigments, glitters, all different types of glitters. And then I also have a little travel box one, which is from the kit. So this is this one here. So basically the difference between these two is these are colours that I could use on any type of client. Like most of the time when I'm out for call outs, it's for bridal. So a lot of these colours are kind of like soft kind of pigments, nothing too wild, they're kind of just, yeah, they're soft glam pigments basically, that we can use for kind of just wedding makeup, people going to weddings, that kind of jazz. Where this is the glam section. So usually if I am going for any photo shoots or anything, I know I'm doing creative work, I'll bring like something from this section and pop it into my kit. So that is that one. And then what I have in this is I have different lipsticks. Now we need to sort out all this jazz, but I'm just going to give you a rough vibe. So I have it organized into red lipsticks, nude brown lipsticks, I need to fix this, pinky kind of tones, and then purpley pink tones. So these are all liquid lipsticks and lip tints, where the other drawer is just lipsticks. This drawer then is brows, eyeliners, mascaras, and more powder brow products. So if I'm going anywhere, I will usually grab some eyeliners, some brow products, and maybe some mascaras. My favourite mascara at the moment has to be the Charlotte Tilbury Push Up Lashes mascara. It is the bomb. Another one that I do love is the Note one, which I think is actually gone at the moment. So these are all different types of eyeliners, liquid liners, gel liners, coloured eyeliners, literally everything. What is this? Oh, this is a brow product in the wrong section. And yeah, and so here we have like mostly Charlotte Tilbury brow products. We have the Refi, which if you've been following me for a while, you know that I am obsessed with Refi brow products. Eyeliner should be in there. See, this is all mixed up now, Melissa, you need to sort this out. But yeah, so most of the time if I'm doing any call outs, I'll grab a few products from here and put them into my kit. But yeah, that's that. And then let me show you down here, which I can't open, but this is just loads of products that I actually use for when I'm doing teaching. So a lot of the products are no cosmetics, so these will be for my teaching kit if I'm teaching students. So that is that little section there. And then we have our foundation drawer. I'm after trying out a lot of bits, but I still need to properly go through it all. So I'm just going to sit down and talk about some of my favourite foundations. Okay, so one of my favourite foundations would have to be the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. So if you're someone who likes a lot of coverage and suffers with like acne prone skin, I would highly recommend this. It has really good lasting power and I just love it. It's really, really good, and it dries like a semi-matte. And so if you like that kind of really matte finish, you will love this foundation. One of my favourites is the NARS Soft Matte Foundation. Again, this would be a matte finish, and it's really, really good for like that velvet kind of texture finish. Has a high coverage, medium to high coverage, I would say. You can build up to full coverage, and it has really good lasting power as well. It's quite like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, but I prefer this one. It's more creamier than the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Someone who just likes a nice, like really sheer coverage, definitely the Ordinary Serum Foundation. I think this is only like €8, something like that. But it actually does have really good coverage, but it looks really natural on the skin. Another new foundation that I've been using, which I've grown to love. It took me a couple of turns to love it because I'm used to more of like a medium coverage, but now I really like it. I think it's because it's like summer vibes as well. Is the Fenty Beauty. Like, this is the Ease Drop foundation. So if you just want something like really, really natural that looks like skin, this is your one. And then of course the golden but oldie MAC Studio Fix. I love this. I use this a lot on my clients just because it has long lasting power. It gives me, like, I can either have a really sheer or really full coverage with it. I'm able to work with it really well. But definitely this has to be one of my favorites. So now I'm not going to show you all the drawers because some of it is just like admin and stuff. But most of this will be my creative vibe. So we have loads of wigs. Because you know we like to catfish the world. More wigs, again, catfish of the world. And this is like my creative drawer. I actually just don't even want to tackle this because you could find anything in here. So I have lots of body paint, blood, glitter, like everything, wax, like you could find anything in there. So let's close that again. Again, I don't know what this is. Oh, this is just all my like computer stuff or all my camera stuff, chargers and different lenses and things like that. I have this, I actually haven't used my Canon proper camera in forever. At the moment I'm using the Sony, not Sony, is it the Sony? It's the new Sony one I use for vlogging, so I actually like that. Markers, and then we have just microblading equipment, and then all shellac stuff, and the top is just admin. So that is that. So that is the end of my YouTube video. I really hope you enjoyed decluttering my makeup room with me. And hopefully you picked up some products that you liked along the way. But thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. And please subscribe to my channel. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this video. And let me know what you'd like to see next week. Your recommendations are always welcome. But for now, I am going, and I hope you all have a lovely bank holiday weekend.